Welcome to the deep dive.
Glad to be here.
Okay, so today we're digging into something pretty wild. Qatar offering a $400 million luxury jet to Donald Trump when he was president.
Yeah, and the idea wasn't just, here's a jet. It was maybe for Air Force One, and then crucially for his Presidential Library Foundation later on.
Exactly. We've been looking at the analysis in Qatar jet offer, political bribery concerns, trying to understand why so many people flag this as, well, possible political bribery.
Right. I mean, the first thing that jumps out is how this kind of bumps up against the rules.
Uh-huh.
The U.S. Constitution is pretty clear. Presidents generally can't take big gifts from foreign governments without Congress saying, okay.
And a $400 million jet is definitely a big gift.
Oh, absolutely. Huge.
Yeah.
And there was no congressional approval here. None sought, none given.
And that detail about the foundation getting it later, that really raises eyebrows, doesn't it?
It does. It makes you question if it was really a gift to the U.S. government or, more of a delayed personal benefit, sort of skirts the line.
Yeah, the intention behind it. And then there's the timing, which feels significant.
Definitely. This offer came up right around the same time the Trump family business locked down this massive, $5.5 billion deal for a golf resort in Qatar.
Okay, so you see that connection, and it immediately makes you think, okay, what's the deal here? Is this a trade?
Exactly. Is there a quid pro quo?
Yeah.
Bribery fundamentally is offering something valuable to influence official actions.
Right.
And the appearance alone can be damaging.
So even if you can't prove a direct link, the optics are bad.
Very bad. Experts pointed to a massive conflict of interest. Could a gift that big sway decisions, even subconsciously?
You'd have to assume it might, or at least that Qatar hoped it would. The sheer value almost screams, we want influence.
And beyond the ethics, there were practical worries too, right?
Oh, yeah. Security, for one. I mean,
Yeah.
a jet previously owned by another country, potentially carrying the U.S. president.
Mm-hmm. Concerns about bugs, spying devices, serious stuff.
And who pays to refit it? Turning a luxury jet into Air Force One isn't cheap. That cost would likely fall on taxpayers.
So it's not really a free gift, is it?
Not at all. Which brings us to how Team Trump presented this.
Right. Their argument was, hey, this is a gift to the government first, so it's legal.
Okay.
But critics jumped on that planned transfer to the foundation. They called it a sneaky setup.
A workaround, basically.
Yeah.
Make it look official initially, but the end game is personal benefit.
That was the accusation. A trick to get around the rules.
And how did people react generally? The public? Politicians?
It wasn't great. Lots of disapproval. Even some Trump supporters were uneasy. It just felt like Qatar was trying to buy access or favor.
Especially with his business stuff already happening in the Middle East.
Exactly. And Democrats were pretty blunt, weren't they?
Yeah, the source material notes they flat out called it obvious bribery.
But Trump's defense, as you said, focused on saving taxpayer money, replacing an older plane.
It's sticking to that line. It's for the government, it's legal.
Uh-huh. But you keep coming back to the core point suggesting bribery concerns were legitimate.
Right. It's the combination.
Yeah.
The insane value, the timing with the business deal, the foundation angle, sidestepping the usual gift rules.
It all paints a picture that strongly suggests, an attempt to influence.
So summing up, you have this huge jet offer from Qatar.
Yeah.
On one side, it's presented as generous, maybe saving money.
Mm-hmm.
On the other, deep suspicion. Was it a way to buy influence, given the value, the timing, the planned handover to the foundation, and the fact it seemed to bypass constitutional checks?
Yeah, the critics saw a potential quid pro quo, serious ethical problems, regardless of the initial government gift framing.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about how foreign influence can work in subtle ways.
Definitely. How important is transparency in these situations? And what are the ripple effects of offers like this, even if they stay technically within legal lines? Something to chew on.